Mm, 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 mm. Righty then. Mm, eh, eh, mm, eh, eh. Uh, no, not even a little bit. Latex is never the problem. 90% of superheroes are wearing latex. No, it's nudity, actual acts of sex, which coincidentally is not something I'm going to be drawing on today's stream, so yay. Mm, 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 mm. It's Alison and Alan having a spot of tea, being extremely cultured. Mm, 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 mm. Sips of tea. Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. They are going to be maximally cultured today. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, now. Pretentious laughing face. Shit, that's gonna be weird. I don't even know how to begin that. Mm, some sort of fake laugh, maybe. Oh, bully. Don't mind me, I'm just insane. Mm, if there's a different cover for Volume 6 in French, if it contains alien Lisa on it, that would be Panini splitting up the fifth volume into two volumes. Not something I would have preferred, but they did make a good point with it being with them being hardcover, so it's kind of like they have a certain kind of a general page count that they're supposed to be working with, so makes sense. Like with soft covers, like you don't really have to bother with anything, you know. Yeah, I privated it because it's like the whole damn thing disconnected so many times that I had four videos there. Like one of them 15 minutes, then one of them in an hour and 15 minutes, and then another them it was like 5 minutes, and then another them was like 2 minutes. Like what the fuck? It's just absolutely useless. Hmm. So no, Squia, no segmented videos for you. Now I have to make the most forced laughter scenes ever, and just one of those you know those highly cultured lords and ladies that laugh with that's what I'm going for. Yeah, internet was terrible last night. I'm hoping it's gonna be better today, but who knows. Bully, that's the word I'm looking for. Somebody on this scene needs to say bully, tally ho, and total pip. It is the finest of laughters. Most cultured, yes. Hey, Spock. Oh, did you hear Muffy has been to the horse show? I don't know why. I don't know whenever I'm doing shit like this. I can't stop myself. I keep fucking saying stupid as shit. Top draw, yes. Of course they're gonna have picky up. They are cultured. They are most sophistication. Oh, glad you like it, Lagrat. No, Lagati. Lagati. Wow, it's like my name. Nobody can pronounce it. Yes, quite delectable. That just absolutely forced smile. Love it. smile has to be just all gums, just it's like maximally stretched out. Just everything about it needs to be super fake. And this is why I love drawing smiles, right? Like there's such a level of nuance to a smile that you can do, like if you know what you're going for. Like, like look at this face. It's like you don't know if she's smiling or she's disgusted. But my God, it is refined and cultured. By the way, what do you say about my sketches here? Like very informational. Behold this. This is how it's just the top hat. I'm a professional here. The context here, of course, being that Alan is telling his side of how Ali and him were doing just perfectly fine without their BDSM watching sessions of porn and trying stuff out. So he's like, yeah, we were doing quite fine. We were very cultured in those days. Yes. Mm. That's the wonderful thing about setting up an unreliable narrator. Sky's the limit. Mm. I thank you, Renee. Mm. 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 God damn it, this smile. Yes. Mm. Mm. My creative process. Make a blob, make a Voldemort, draw a nose. Mm. 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 Well, I mean, yeah, by the end of the page, it slams back to reality, optic goes gravity, you know? Mm. 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 I fucking swear this update is gonna be stupid. Fortunately, I'm gonna have to cut it shorter than I intended to because I still have to deliver the update to my patron before the end of the month, and I've been having some health issues this week. Nothing major, just fucking annoying cold. Mm, 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 mm. This face is. Mm. But thankfully, it's not a lot of shortening. It's basically pages. It's still gonna be an 8-page update, so pretty decent. Next week, the next month's update though is gonna be about 15 pages, and it's gonna be the finale to Volume 7. And as I finish that, I'm just yeeting it to my. Wow, did I just say I'm just yeeting it? Fucking hell. I'm just sending it to my publisher, and that thing's going to print. And then there's gonna be 2 months off from Sunstone, and instead it's gonna be nothing but Achilles Shield Maidens for my Patreon tier 1, and then after that, back to Sunstone, because Volume 8 ain't gonna make itself. No, no, it's just my just Sunstone update that's thrown off, but it's thrown off for like 3 pages. That's nothing really of importance. because I planned my last update to be a 10 pager next month, but it's gonna be 13 pager. And given how I've been delivering over 30 pages a month for a few months now, not even not even gonna break a sweat on that one. Yes, yes. Hey, greetings, fellow kids. Fucking hell. No, I play Destiny with a bunch of a bunch of internet speaking dumbasses. And I have now become an internet speaking dumbass. If you can't beat them, join them. Lord knows I suck at video games, so I can't beat them. The scene just really does require that. Da-da-da-da-da-dun, dun, dun, da-da-dun. All right, where are Ali's glasses? Now it's time for YouTube for the first time to. Well, actually, I don't think it's the first time that I've used it on YouTube because there were some videos of me using my glasses brushes, I think. Yep, Ali's glasses are a brush. I made this brush back in the early days of Sunstone and I've been using it ever since. Or to elaborate on it, I'm a big fat fucking phony. Wait until you see me using my real clever brushes now. That's gonna be some real. You're gonna see some serious shit then. Once this baby hits 88 miles per hour. I didn't remove the glasses from the pack. That's awesome. It's like, so if you're doing good now, leave fat art, get you covered. Thank you, son. All right, layer new stroke. Okay, now where's that filthy trick of a brush? Where's that brush that makes me feel like an absolute fucking phony? Just an absolute hack and slash job. All right, shape, minimum diameter, like there we go. Time to fake it till we make it. What's happening? Why? Oh, idiot. What? Oops. All right. Let me just drop the thickness. Now you're playing with brushes. Mm, 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 mm. Am I gonna make an out an alley brush? You assume I don't have those already. Mm, mm, mm. So how do they look the same every time? Well, that's my secret, Captain. They are the same. Mm, 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 mm. When you can't pull the line the way you want it to, you just liquefy it. Mm. Here we know. Mm, mm, mm. How did I get the idea for sunstone? Well, there was this one time when I was really, really fucking losing my mind with comics and wanted to quit them altogether. Because I've spent about 15 years of my life trying to draw like somebody I wasn't, copying other people's styles and everything like that, trying to kind of make a style by blunt force trauma splashing two other styles together. So it's kind of like writing with a with another person's handwriting. You can only do it for so long until you start cracking. And I hit myself a really really bad case of artistic burnout, and was considering stopping altogether. And then one day, as I was wallowing in depression, I asked myself the most important question: where did it all fucking go away? Where did the fire go? And the funny thing about creative fire is the first time I truly felt it was the first time when somebody offered to pay me to make comics. Coincidentally, it was some company whose name I can't remember anymore, and I can't even find the original emails. But they offered to pay me back in the day to make a fetish BDSM comic. And they probably saw my stuff. Some of the stuff at CG Talk was very like fetishistic and stuff like that. So I'm like, it's just basically latex and stuff like that because that shit's fun to render in Photoshop. Plus, I liked it. So they offered me to make a comic, and like that was back in the day when we were so dirt poor, like we were barely making ends meet. Like I used to work like there were summers when I used to work like 3 or 4 jobs at the same time. So it was like, you sleep 6 hours, then you do a night shift, then you do a day shift, and it was fucking ridiculous. So, for the first time ever, somebody was gonna pay me to do the things that I actually know how to do and that I love doing. And I remember back then producing about 20 plus pages of layouts and just sketches and just pages in general because they wanted some samples. Like, how would I do it? They had some just basic ideas. Here's an idea for a script. Like, what would you do with this? And I fucking went for it. And oddly enough, just after that, I got offered to do some other comic work that was, that was actually paying better, and that was, for a company that I wanted to work for at the time, Top Cow. And so, I jumped on that. But I still remember that the actual fire that I felt was the strongest that first during that first offer when they asked me to do the porn comic. And fast forward to about 10 years ago, I was fucking losing my mind here because my style was deteriorating. I hit a dead end and just couldn't fucking find a way out. And sometimes the way out of a dead end is the obvious one. You go back. So I went back. I thought, when was the last time I actually felt passion for any of this stuff? And I remembered sketching out those kind of fetish porn pages. And I'm like, I turned to Linda. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna make a new account on DeviantArt, and I'm gonna draw just like some fucking fetishes, just BDSM stuff, latex stuff, jokes, about it. And you know, we spent about 2 hours trying to figure out the name for the account because everything in any way relevant to the topic was taken. So after 75 variations of different shiny stuff, I ended up with shinies. So started making some doodles. Uh, my second drawing on that account was of the two female characters that would end up becoming Ali and Lisa. Ironically, uh, they were female because beforehand I actually went and studied up on DeviantArt's rules and regulations pertaining to nudity. So you cannot show an erect penis, but you can show anything else. And I'm like, yeah, all right. It's just here you go. Here's these two girls. Just I drew them, and I'm like, huh, they kind of look nice. I'm gonna draw them again. So I did it again and again. Started making jokes and you know, started making like I actually felt like I was having fun. I was making one or two artworks a day, like just constantly spamming. And all of a sudden, that DeviantArt account was just absolutely exploding, which for me was another really fun aspect of it because it felt like cranking up a video game and making a new character, right? And you're just like, I kind of know how this works now, so it's gonna be faster, and let's see how well I can do with this. Let's see how well I can min-max this. So for a while, it was just jokes and everything, but these characters were speaking louder and louder to me. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this one kind of a strip that's not entirely a joke, so it's gonna be how they met. And the response for that one was overwhelming. So I was like, okay, fine, maybe a few joke strips and maybe some strips, just like fun stuff, just kind of fiddling around, let's exploring the characters. And then one day I was like, okay, yeah, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna fuck around and make some webcomic pages just for the fun of it. It's not like I'm ever gonna finish it. And then I finished the first chapter, and that was when the panic hit me. Because after finishing the first chapter, I realized I was making a romance comic, and I knew action, I knew fantasy, I knew jack shit about romance. Like I've never fucking written romance. I'm just like, what am I doing? So my next month was spent delaying the second chapter, figuring out any possible way to put in aliens. Hear me out here. It made perfect sense to me at the time. Okay, I I had this idea of Ali buying Lisa a collar from some fucking antique store, but that thing is actually some sort of an alien artifact, and they come and they're like this kind of a conquering race that basically can exert mental dominance over any other species because of their amplifying things that they're wearing. So at some point, Ali gets her hands on one of those amplifying things, and then a dominatrix goes and basically fights an alien species through the sheer power of her dominance to get Lisa back. Okay, like you gotta admit that kind of sounds badass. But then I realized that also was fucking stupid. So I was like, okay, fine, let's give this romance thing a shot. It was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. Oh yeah, the Cosmonatrix thing was a thing. It's actually I actually wrote about it in the Sunstone bonus materials. This was one of those fucking, because you gotta understand, like, I didn't know how to do this shit. Like, I was just kind of like, I was winging it. I was like, whatever, this happens, that happens, I don't know. And then when I decided I was actually gonna make it, that's when I fucking went just eyeballs deep into fucking research. Like, Jesus Christ, like talking to people, listening to people. I've had so many people just constantly like, like, because here's the thing: people will tell you about their silly and funny experiences and their little failures and stuff like that, because it's funny. Like, and that's when I started putting two and two together, and realizing, oh yeah, actually the best experiences in life some often are people's kind of failures and flops and stuff like that, because they make for a fun joke. They make for a fun story, you know. So, a tone was set for the story. And then, as I was working on Volume 2, there was this one moment during Christmas. Endless, no, it was Imaginarium album came out from Nightwish, and there was a song on that album called Scare Tale. And I was listening to it as I was walking to town. I had my headphones on. And during that song, I envisioned the ending for Volume 5 of Sunstone. And I was so fucking hyped because it was so vivid in my head. Like, I'm like, oh my god, this will be so fucking good. And then I got depressed because I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm ever gonna finish it. What did I think? What was this? This is some fucking damn thing. I like, people don't even know it's me. I'm just kind of fucking around. Like, it's like, who am I kidding? So, anyways, fast forward a few years later, and I'm finishing that fucking chapter, and it's exactly the way I want it to be. And I'm just like, holy shit, I've actually done it. Like, jeez, wow, you know? Yeah, that would have been a very fucking different Sunstone. Yeah, I've done pretty okay with romance stuff. Turns out, romance is insanely fun to write. In fact, romance has now become my absolute fucking favorite genre to write, because you don't get the easy way out, really. Like, you don't get the explosions, you don't get the action scenes, you just get people being people. And people being people is the highest challenge you can do with writing, because if they are if you're succeeding as a character writer, these characters will fucking escape your grasp. They will become too human for your plans. And then you realize that fucking writing character driven stories is herding cats. Like, honestly, it all comes down to this: can you get your hands on a laser pointer? Because if you can, like, you're gonna find a way to get them back on track. If you can't, oh boy, then it gets rough. Will Samsung be getting to the two statues? I don't know. Not likely anytime soon. I mean, starting from fetish comics to aliens to what it is now, it's a romance comics about fetishism. So again, fetish. We made the full circle. How about an omnibus? It's too thick. The only thing that I do end up doing are hardcovers, which are compiled several issues. Omnibus would be too thick. Like, let's just say Sunstone Volumes 1 to 5 omnibus. It's like over 800 pages long. Like, that thing is fucking. That would be just ridiculously heavy. Mercy is 9 volumes. That thing is gonna be over 1,200 pages by its end, like maybe actually 1,500. Like, and then there's gonna be Jasper, which is again gonna be like almost 1,000 pages. So it's like, just, and then let's say we're going fully ambitious and then fucking make the full 20 volumes into an omnibus. It's like, goddamn. It's just it's one of those meme books, the ones that you have with what I know about this, but what I know about that. Yeah, that's what you would get. Hmm. Hey, you and me were surprised both. I didn't understand. I didn't even know that I could make one. Hmm, 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 hmm. Why do I keep doing this on the smudge tool? What is wrong with me? Hmm, 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 hmm. Well, tell your friend thank you. Hmm, 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 hmm. Eh, where do I get the inspiration for Ali and Lisa's outfits? I've been working in comics over for almost 20 years, and before that, I've been watching and reading comics. Literally 80-90% of fucking superhero industry is nothing but fetish wear catalog pretending that it's a combat outfit. Okay, like I've been trained since an early age. Okay, like I don't do a lot of self inserts in any way or my own personal experiences in Sunstone, but because first of all, my own experiences, like if I put those, you wouldn't even fucking believe it. But the important part, there is one thing, the thing that started Alan's love for fetish stuff in BDSM is the same thing that started it for me. Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, Harleen was approved. It's not DC's problem. It's just you know. Mm, mm, mm. It me. Mm, 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 mm. Rule one of entertainment industry: if you can own the thing and be successful at it, you gotta do way better. Mm, mm. And at this point, I'm pretty much absolutely done with work for hire industry. Uh, I booked myself about 15 years in advance, and after that, I think I'm due for a retirement, for some rest. Mm, 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 mm. Um, I did study psychology for a few years as some of my uh, curriculum in college, but my main thing was always this: if you want to learn about people, you sit down and you listen. You know, I often say I talk to people, but I predominantly just kind of let them talk because you don't learn how to write people without engaging with people. Mhm. And I do that whenever I can with different kinds of people to just kind of get where they're coming from, and mm, that's crucial because it's when you do that is when you realize that we're all fuck ups. Like number one trait of humanity is we're fuck ups. But that's not a necessarily bad thing, you know. It's what makes us interesting. And you know, you you start understanding like we're we're built we're building our lives on the foundations of good decisions and mistakes and all of that. And you kind of start as they tell you their stories, like you start picking up on like patterns of behavior, you start picking up on patterns of decision making, you start picking up about the logic of it all. It's kind of one of those things. It's like when people make a bad choice or a mistake, but they're like, okay, at that moment it made all the sense in the world, and you don't get to those realizations properly until you just like I said, sit down and just listen. Just let people talk, let people explain themselves, let people elaborate on their own experiences, and just you work with that. But then comes the crucial part. Understanding that you are not supposed to be writing any specific person other than your own character. Now that's the hard part, because people will always tell you, their experiences, and then they're gonna be like, this is what it's like. But then you'll find other people, and they're gonna give you their experiences, and they're gonna be vastly different, and they're gonna be like, this is what it's like. So at the end of the day, what it's like is what it happened, the way it happens for the character. Your character is not a stand-in for other people or anybody else. Your character only stands for themselves. And once you realize that, you gain the freedom to write a person on the paper. Well, an approximation. There was a very good quote in Stephen King's Bag of Bones, where the most interesting, well-written character in the history of literature is nothing but a bag of bones when compared to just a regular boring ass person, sitting on the sidewalk. And that's a fact. Like, you can never truly capture all the complexity and layeredness and just sheer insanity that is a human being. But you kind of try. You write for the plot, but you mustn't forget the character. You mustn't forget the idiosyncrasies of being a person, being a human. And that is, like, you gotta let them say the wrong thing sometimes and not correct them, because that's what a human does. Like, there's stuff in Sunstone where I will intentionally write characters saying the wrong thing and doing the wrong thing, and it has a payoff somewhere, in a distant volume of mercy. There's one thing that Lisa says in the early Sunstone that has a payoff all the way in Jasper's story arc. But when she says it, it's just kind of a thing. And that's kind of one of those things. It's like you kind of work with you work with basically simulated people in your head, and you're trying to simulate a convincing person. And it's not easy at first, but it gets progressively easier, because the more you kind of spend time with that person in your head, the more complete they start feeling, and easier it gets to write them. That's at least my experience of that. I mean, Lisa's writing style is naturally going to be inspired by mine. I'm the one who's writing it. Yeah, Isaac would have been great. Uh, it was approved. Again, it's not DC's problem. It is mine. You know. At the end of the day, when it comes to comics, when it comes to any creative work, is you gotta make that decision whether or not you're gonna create a world of your own, or you're gonna be playing in another person's playground with their toys and following their rules. Now, me, I'm not that good with rules. I'm just I'll rather make my own playground with hookers and blackjack. I'm a little slow today here because I spend most of my time here just jabbering and chatting. But it's good because it's the fucking Corona time. Like, Jesus, like most of the times we're avoiding going out anyways. Mm, 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 mm. What happens with Alan's BDSM stuff and his laws and his business? Well, that's for me to know and you to find out. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, come on, stop annoying me. Freaking threats. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, I used to just draw. Then I started writing. Trust me, everybody can write. Mm, 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 mm. You don't hear Linda in the background today because Linda is sleeping right now. Mm. We have a really weird sleeping schedule. She's been working her ass off on her own comics, so she's been, kind of burning the midnight oil and past midnight oil and like early morning oil. Point is, we're out of oil. Mm, mm. For the art, I was self-taught. I went to college to become an art teacher for elementary schools, but my teachers were they were not into realism or comics. They were straight out of the art academy, and they all had opinions on how to splatter color to express one's disdain for the state of sewage drains in the city. I don't know. I wish I could understand modern art, but I'm not cultured. Mm, 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 mm. Alan does it for anybody who pays. It's a job. Mm, 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 mm. I mean, that's the standard approach. Writer takes 50%, artist takes 50%, or you can be a writer artist and just take all of it. Thank you. Yeah, Hurley was fun to make. Mm. Oh god, I'm half tempted to just make the Alan and Ali go prepare for trouble. Mm, mm. Like these two idiots are so the people who would just dress up as Jesse and James for Halloween. Mm, mm. Hey Alice. Hey Samuel. Mm. Gotta get that pish posh and that tally ho into the smile and pip pip. Mm, 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 mm. Do I regret something I have written? Ravine Volume 1. Mostly because it's, my earliest writing, so it's very clunky and poorly delivered. But beyond that, no. Mm, 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 mm. Hey, Candice. Mm, 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 mm. No, I don't do self inserts. For like on character level, I would have been made a very fucking boring self insert, and at the same time, like nothing that Linda and I have had happen in our lives. Like if we put any of that in the comics, people just would find it implausible. We've had a weird existence. To me, a self-insert is the most boring thing you can do as a creator, unless you're making an autobiographic comic or a webcomic or strips or stuff. There are jokes, but that's a completely different thing. Then it's not really a self-insert. That's you. Like it's meant to be you. Like I've done jokes with myself in them, but they're very clearly jokes with me in them. Like when I do the sunstone first stone strips. Yeah, the point of the joke is, hi, it's me. I did a dumb. With this smile just mm, mm, the finest. Yeah, Linda's rocking it with Bloodstein. Her Ponderworld though, like that thing is fucking insane. Like that thing is surpassing everything that I've ever done in popularity by far. Like Jesus. No, I'm probably gonna put like Pish Posh Allen, you know, something like that. We'll see. Like this is just Avatar Gold here, so we'll see. Maybe some days I do feel like Toodle Pipsky Alley. Just gonna be like, yes. Yeah, I prefer Bloodstein as well, but Underworld is amazing, especially because I know where it's going. Like how, because it's like people kind of know the myth of Hades and Persephone, but Linda's got an angle to it that is just holy shit good. There's a reason why when I saw what she's doing in that, I'm like, listen, honey, hear me out here. Sit down. Might I interest you in the fucking Pervengers initiative? Like how about we start doing some shared universe thing? This is really good stuff. Hey, Black Sand. Mm, mm. Yeah, Linda's rocking it, and it's so hilarious because like it took her so long to get the confidence to even like try putting her stuff online. Like, oh boy. Shit, I'm gonna have to give Alan the cultured mustache as well. I mean, he's gotta have it. Like mustache and a monocle. Fuck yeah. All right, give me 1 second. Just gonna go get myself more coffee because my throat is sore and I need to keep it lubricated with coffee. That is doctor's orders. All right, I'm back. yeah, that visual though, like, volume two is gonna be nuts. Eh, And but yeah, fine print is like I don't start a story unless I think it's gonna be something amazing by its end, and fine print is gonna be something fucking just oh boy. Like I'm taking a story about a woman who makes a contract with an incubus and a succubus, and I'm like, okay, and then by the end everybody cries. I don't know, Ian. We will see. Of course, when this illusion is snapped off, she's gonna have like fucking Snapple iced tea or something like that. Just like fuck your cultureness. Yes, Linda and I do try to make it simple for people. You know, it's like this last name, it's gonna be quality. Just get it. Just don't even think about it. Just like what's it's just get it. That pinky action though. Oh, this is just Ali and Alan dealing perfectly fine with their abstinence. That is completely by choice. They're like, we don't need BDSM. We don't need benefits. Look, we're gonna just. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, I'm okay. It's fine. We are cultured people. We're people with self-control. This is fine. Yes, yes. Now I have to match that with Alan's tally ho and pip pip. Yes, choice. We chose this, okay? Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Exactly. The true benefit is the friendships we made all along the way. I haven't read any Lovecraft. I did listen to an audiobook of the one about Dagon, I think, the one where the guy is on the like on a desert, a small island. Now, do I give him the mustache or do I give him Lord Alan Ford sideburns? I don't know why I'm so fucking amused by shit like this. Ah, thank you, Louis. Wait. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, dude. Wait. We gotta experiment. Tally ho! Oh my god. This is so wrong. This is cursed. I can't do the shaved chin because he always has the thing, the mutton stuffed chops. Yeah. It's wait. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh fucking. All right. This is this is quality. This is quality content. This is why you're here. This is yeah. I'm going with it. I'm fucking committing. Fuck you. If they're gonna be cultured, they're gonna be maximally cultured. Shut up, Tally. Tally, no. He looks maximally cultured. Ah, General Kenobi. I mean, hi, Nosy. Double monocles. That's called glasses, dumbass. Good, another high ground for my collection. Mm, 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 mm. Real culture, man. Wear two monocles while having theater like binoculars. You know the ones, the little ones. Yes. Ah, yes. Mm. We will see what they're having. I don't know yet. For this thing, I might actually have to uh, look up for reference. I feel dirty. This is gonna be perfect. I'm gonna post this later on Twitter and go up in next episode of Sunstone. Things get cultured. Also gotta give him that full gummy smile. This is just rated R for references. Yeah. Hey, Big Yellow. Listen, Alan and Ali are having a maximally cultured British moment. Fucking faces. They look like they had the world's most unpleasant fucking colonoscopy. Okay, I gotta stop laughing. My throat hurts. Shush now. We're dealing with people of culture here. Alan is amazing. Don't you dare disrespect the chops. All right, all right. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. Gotta stop. Focus. I'm a professional. see them together, like just kind of glancing at each other. Yes. Exactly, coach. Nothing but culture. This is literally the next update. This is Alan kind of having a laugh that Ali and him are doing just fine, not having the sex. They're they were they their friendship without benefits has elevated them to a more cultured level of existence. This is them highbrow discussing a movie they saw. Naturally, this is a kind of a joke depiction, and then it disperses when Ali can't take it anymore. He's just like, okay, listen, the elephant in this room has had elephant babies by now, and they've grown up. There's a herd of elephants here. We need to deal with it. Mm. Literally that, yes. That is their existence at that point. Because, they were so used to their little routine where they would, meet up together, they would watch bondage porn, they would fucking have a laugh or get horny because of it, and then, you know. And then they lost the ability to do that because some jackass broke an elevator, and now his room is no longer accessible because there are fucking cameras. So now they're just living their semi best lives. I was considering pipe, but Alan doesn't smoke, so eh. Plus, when you have these glorious chops, just I'm sorry, you don't need a pipe. It's like putting a hat on a hat, really. I mean, he should have a hat on a hat. There should be a video game in which you just keep collecting hats for that. Sunstone is a romantic, erotic romantic comedy of a story. It's being told in the form of a webcomic for about 8 to 9 years now. Uh, It's been published so far. Six books are out, and the seventh one is on the way. And these are the protagonists from it, although not in their most representative form. This is them being extremely cultured right now, and being just just the it's I'm running out of words at just how cultured they are right now. So it's that. Yeah, it's a slice of life romantic comedy about lives of fetishists. They're into BDSM, but the story is about the characters, not so much about BDSM itself. So it's kind of like it's an important part of their lives, but generally it's done in a balance. Like they're sexy, but it's also fucking hilarious. So it's kind of it's a fine mix of that. It's a mature reader book. Hmm, hmm, hmm. I know. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to turn off the culture detector if you want that thing to survive. It's not gonna work out well. Hmm, 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 hmm. Oh yeah, and also yeah, it'll make you cry. But listen, I have to fuel the time machine with something, and Tears of My Readers, it just works. Hmm, 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 hmm. How many hours a day do I work to create a comic like Sunstone? I generally make two character work pages a day, which means it takes me, let's say, for 10 pages of Sunstone, it takes me 5 days to make all the characters, 1 day to make all the backgrounds, and 1 day to make all the shading. So it's 7 days for 10 pages. That's basically the average. Have I ever worked on developing a game? I've worked on some video games. Yeah, I've done work. I've done design work for Serious Sam 3 and some work for their HD remaster back in the day. And but beyond that, I don't really do video game work often. Like I did a design for a Warframe Deluxe skin at some point. That's about it. Nope, never read it. Never even heard of it. What is that? Uh, how long did it take me to get good at Photoshop 3? I just kind of was kind of self-taught, so it's hard to say. Like, I started off just by trying stuff out, and it took me about, I guess, a week or two to get used to it, and then after that, it was just me kind of figuring out how to do new stuff at it. Oh, this is not a speed paint, okay? Like this is me being mega fucking slow. I'm being so unproductive today. Mm, mm, mm. I've never played Dungeons and Dragons. Didn't have friends interested in it. Mm, 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 mm. I'm just gonna write this down for myself for later to check out. Okay. Mm, mm, mm. I'll look it up and see. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, those are pretty deadly worlds. Ah, thanks, Ali. Mm. Eh, how did me and Mark Sylvester meet? I first met him on a convention. I've been working for Top Cow for a while, but I'm working from Croatia, so I don't really spend time there. Mm. And it was, I think, my first San Diego Comic Con, yeah. And that's where we met for the first time. Mm. He's a great guy, like just really fucking genuinely great. Mm. Mm. God, I'm gonna have to make the fakest laughter also. Holy shit, this is gonna be a this is gonna be a tedium. Hmm. Me, I don't really get to read a lot of comics. In fact, I think I've only read like 3 comics in the last 6 years, not counting Linda's, of course, because we work together, so we're kind of each other's editors. Hmm. But beyond that, I don't really have the time to read a lot of anything really. But generally, I do recommend Mirka Andolfo stuff, Unnatural Mercy. Her next book is gonna be fucking amazing. Like I've actually had the privilege of reading the first issue because I'm making her a variant cover, the Sweet Paprika, and that thing is amazing. Like just holy shit, it's fun, it's funny, it's heartwarming. I love it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been reading. Hmm. 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 That's the weird side effect when you start working in comics. It's like you really, really don't have the time to read any. Because at the end of the day, you just kind of like you're done working on your own stuff, and you just kind of want something else, you know? Hmm. 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 Yes, they're extremely prudish right now. Just hmm. Hmm. All right, let's see. It's been wow, 103 minutes now. Hmm. I think I'm gonna be ending the stream now because my stomach is rebelling. It's insisting that I do get some food, and who am I to deny the poor fella? I didn't really get a lot of work done today here, but I'm gonna do a lot of work off stream. But still, I actually expected I was gonna be more productive, but you know, watching this shit show unfold just So, anyways, I'm gonna save this, and thank you all for being here today. I think I'm gonna be streaming pretty often now because it's just, I like this. This is nice. I like the YouTube stream because nice big chat, you know.
My old man eyes can't fucking take the small chat anymore. Anyways, see you all soon, and yeah, that's gonna be it for today.